Hello and welcome to the Synapse NG Today, the platform where we connect science, innovation, policy, and society to spark meaningful conversations and real world impact. I am your host, Dr. Akinbobola Otitoju, and today's episode shines a light on a powerful intersection: biotechnology, infectious disease, and the future of health innovation in Nigeria. From malaria to vaccine development, science is not just happening in distant laboratories abroad. It is happening right here in Nigeria, led by brilliant researchers working to protect lives and strengthen our health system. Today, we are joined by one of those scientists. My guest today is Dr. Bello Ibrahim, a Nigerian biotechnologist and public health researcher with the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, NABDA, where he serves as Assistant Director of Research and leads the Immunovirology and Vaccine Development Unit. His work focuses on tackling major health challenges affecting Nigerians, including malaria, G6PD deficiency, and infectious diseases using modern biotechnology tools such as molecular research and vaccine development. Beyond the lab, Dr. Ibrahim Bello contributes to science education, national policy, and public awareness, and is deeply passionate about mentoring young scientists and translating research into real-world solutions. Dr. Bello, welcome to Synapse NG.
So, thank you very much, Dr. Akin, for this important conversation. You see, as a researcher working in immunovirology and vaccine development unit in the Medical Biotechnology Department of National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency here in Abuja, I'm glad to share knowledge that can help public make safer health decisions.
Let's begin. I'm aware you were in China recently. How was your experience?
Well, my experience in China was very enriching actually, because it is both scientifically and culturally. It was an opportunity to engage with researchers working at the cutting edge of biotechnology and vaccine development. But what impressed me the most was the strong connection that exists between research, industry, and the government policy. So it reinforced my belief that Nigeria has the talent and potential to achieve similar success if we strengthen our collaboration and invest strategically in research and development. This is my experience in China.
Thank you, Dr. Bello. Now, your work spans malaria, G6PD deficiency, and infectious diseases. Why are these areas especially important for Nigeria?
I think this area are critical because they directly affect millions of Nigeria. Malaria remains one of the most leading cause of illness and death in our country, particularly among children and pregnant women. Those children usually within the range of age 0 to 5 years. Glucose phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme deficiency is also highly prevalent in Africa, and it has an important implication for malaria treatment and drug safety. When you look at it, you see, not even in Africa, in Nigeria, the prevalence of these enzymes is about 28%, which is very high. So, if not properly diagnosed, certain medication can trigger severe complication. By studying this condition together, that is both malaria and enzyme deficiency, we can develop safer treatment, better screening strategy, and more effective health intervention tailored to specifically to our population. For example, when you look at this, when I did this kind of study in Katsina State, when I did it, because of the shortage of funds, what I did was I divided Katsina State into 3 geopolitical zones. So in each geopolitical zone, I selected 2 key hospitals that serve as a representative of that geopolitical region. So in each of them, I selected 2 key hospitals and collect a sample, 200 samples from each hospital. So I run the sample. I've gotten the deficient enzyme, the deficient samples. The deficient sample, I subject them to DNA extraction. After the DNA extraction, I amplify the gene using DNA, using polymerase chain reaction, after which we take some of the sample for sequencing. So out of that, we find out that this percentage we are saying that about 28%, it is true. So we share the result to the Ministry of Health for the policy makers to change. Most of the people have started screening themselves for this deficiency of the enzyme, which is very, very much safer for them, because if unknown to them, there will be a time when a child is deficient, and at the same time because he was not, his status for that enzyme is not known, so he can be taken any anti-malaria drug, and such there's many anti-malaria drugs that when taken and there's a deficiency of this enzyme, it will trigger hemolytic crisis, which will lead to more harm than even the malaria parasite that we are trying to treat.
Great. Now, for viewers who may not be scientists, Dr. Bello, how does vaccine development actually move from the lab to protecting real people?
Yes, vaccine development is a step-by-step scientific process actually. You see, it begins in the laboratory, where scientists identify a part of virus or bacteria, that is the pathogens, that can safely stimulate the immune system. That candidate is tested in clinical studies to ensure safety. Then it moves to clinical trial in human, conducted in phases to evaluate safety, dosage, and effectiveness. If it is successful, regulatory agencies or regulatory authorities review the data before they give approval for the usage. After the approval, a large-scale manufacturing and distribution will begin. It is a journey actually, but every step you see is designed to ensure vaccines are safe, effective, and capable of protecting lives of the community.
Thank you, Dr. Bello. Now, I would love you to expatiate on this. Immunobiology actually sounds very complex. Would you break down what it means and how it helps us fight infectious diseases?
Immunology simply means studying how pathogens, that is, this bacteria, viruses, all foreign substances that would enter into the body. So the study of how those pathogens or the foreign body that will enter the body interact with our immune system. For example, when a virus is enter the body, the immune system responds to fight it. We study this interaction to understand why some infections become severe, why some people recover quickly, and how we can design vaccines or therapies that strengthen this immune protection. So in simple terms, immunology helps us to understand the battle between these viruses, bacteria, any foreign body, and the immune system, and how to help the body win such a battle.
Thank you, Doc. Now, Nigeria faces many health challenges. How do you see biotechnology offer solutions that are both locally relevant and sustainable?
To develop solutions based on our realities. Instead of depending entirely on imported vaccines, diagnostics, and drugs, we can develop and produce them locally. This will improve access, reduce costs, and strengthen the national health security. For example, in local research on malaria, emerging viruses, and genetic conditions ensures that our interventions are designed specifically for Nigerians population. So with this, sustainable biotechnology means building capacity, infrastructure, and skilled manpower within the country.
Great. Now, let's move on to science policy and national development. You are involved in policy and national advisory work. Why is it important for scientists to be part of policy-making conversations?
Yes, science provides evidence, actually. Policy provides direction. When you look at the two, this one, science provides evidence and policy provides direction. If policies are not informed by researchers using scientific evidence, they may not solve real problems effectively. Scientists help translate research findings into practical recommendations that guide national decisions. When researchers participate in policy discussions, it ensures national strategies are based on data, innovations, and long-term sustainability rather than short-term assumptions.
Thank you, Doc. Now, in your view, what must Nigeria do differently to strengthen research to impact pathways in health and biotechnology?
In that respect, we need stronger collaboration actually between universities, research institutions, industries, and government. Research should not end at publications as we normally do. Rather, it should move towards product development and commercialization. So in this, you see that when a researcher or a scientist has an idea, so he bring up that idea. So industries, they have the facilities, the skills, and other things. So he will sell that idea. So by such collaborations, you see that the product, because of from that idea, product will be produced and commercialized together. So the researcher will get his own benefit, and the industry also will get his own benefit. Even the government will get its own benefit as a form of tax. We also need better funding mechanism, innovation hubs, for example, and regulatory support system that encourage local manufacturing. Most importantly, we must prioritize continuity research to impact require long-term commitment, not short-term project. It is not a short-term project. So we need to be patient and perseverance before we achieve our goal.
Wow. Thank you. Great one, Dr. Bello. Now, moving on to youth mentorship and inspiration. For you, Dr. Bello, what first sparked your interest in biotechnology and public health research?
With a desire to solve real health problems affecting our communities. Seeing how preventable diseases continue to claim lives inspired me to pursue biotechnology as a tool for change, actually. So biotechnology combines science with practical solutions, vaccines, diagnostic and therapies that connects between knowledge and in fact has always motivated me.
Okay. Now, many young Nigerians are interested in science, but often feel discouraged by limited resources. What advice would you give them?
Well, I will tell them that resource limitations should not limit their ambitions. Many successful scientists started with modest facilities but stronger determinations. We should focus on building knowledge, developing critical thinking skills, and seeking mentorship. We always use available opportunities that we have, like online courses, collaborations, internship. So excellence attract actually opportunities. If you stay consistent and disciplined, by God grace, a lot of doors will open. In that, I could remember when I was in Kasina Center. Then we don't have laboratory. When IT students came from various universities, after I lectured them in DNA extraction, PCR, and some of the biotechnological techniques, I said, okay, even though we don't have the laboratory, and I have taught them about DNA extraction, let us improvise and extract such DNA. So I asked them, I grouped them into 3 groups. I say, this group will bring the tissue, both plant and animal tissue. I say this group should bring methylated spirit, salt. Then the other group, I say they should bring detergent. So with this, I use them, I improvise and extract DNA from both plant and animal tissue for them to see. And that was the first time they said they have seen DNA with their naked eyes. So these are some of the things.
Thank you, Dr. Bello. We've had such a wonderful time with you today. Now, here's my last question. If a young student watching today wants to work in vaccine development or immunology, what steps should they start taking right now?
So, first, build a stronger foundation in biology, chemistry, and molecular science. Then, secondly, develop laboratory skills and seek internship or research placement. And thirdly, I can say that you stay curious, read scientific materials, follow global health development, and engage with your mentors. And finally, you understand that vaccine development requires patience, teamwork, and integrity. It is not just a career, it is a commitment to protecting humanity.
Dr. Bello, thank you for the incredible work you are doing and for sharing your insights with us today.
So, thank you very much, Dr. Akin, for this opportunity. So, in conclusion, I can say that Nigeria's health challenges are real, but so is our capacity to solve them. The answer will not come only from outside. They will come from our laboratories, our universities, and from young Nigerians who choose to believe in science. So if we will invest in research, empower our scientists and researchers, and support innovations, Nigeria will not just participate in global health breakthrough, we will shape them. God bless. Thank you very much.
Conversations like these remind us that science is not abstract. It is deeply human, and it saves lives. To our viewers, especially the young people watching, Nigeria's future in science, biotechnology, and health innovation depends on curious minds like yours. The next breakthrough researcher, vaccine developer, or science policy maker could be you. Thank you for joining us on Synapse NG, where we continue to spotlight the people and ideas shaping a healthier, smarter future. Until I come your way again next time, stay curious. I am Dr. Akinbobola Otitoju. See you on the next episode.